If you want to lead people, change lives, or elevate your team, then learning how to inspire others isn't optional. It's essential. Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Coaching Talk series, where we integrate personal and professional development with business, work, and life. Hi, I'm Richard Fontenay, and I'm glad you're here today because we're discussing a topic that can truly transform how you lead, how you present yourself in your community, and how you inspire others. We are focusing on developing the essential skills to inspire others. Now here's a quote to kick us off. Maya Angelou once said, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did. But people will never forget how you made them feel." Inspiration isn't just for public speakers, CEOs, or social media influencers. It's a skill you can learn, and it begins from within. Let's explore the key principles that will help you become an inspired presence in your business, workplace, and personal life. Together, we are going to explore 4 key points. Number 1, inspiration begins with clarity of purpose. Number 2, authentic communication builds trust. Number 3, model what you want to see. And number 4, ask empowering questions and not just give answers. I'll share real-life examples and suggest something we can both do at the end of this podcast. So stay with me as we explore this topic. Now let's move on. First, inspiration begins with clarity of purpose. People are attracted to those who are clear about their values and vision. Clarity underpins your message, gives your decisions purpose, and fosters consistency in your actions. For example, a small business owner who clearly shares their why, such as making eco-friendly products to protect the environment, will naturally attract customers and employees who connect with that mission. In our personal lives, this clarity can guide relationships and decisions. For instance, a parent with a clear goal of raising empathetic children will model behaviors that inspire growth in others. Secondly, authentic communication builds trust. To inspire others, you need to speak authentically. People don't follow titles. They follow honesty, openness, and passion. I once coached a manager who began weekly meetings by sharing what she was learning as a leader, both her breakthroughs and her mistakes. And over time, her team started taking more ownership because they didn't fear failure. Why? Because she shared her mistakes. In that way, she fostered a culture of inspiration simply by being genuine. Thirdly, model what you want to see. People learn more through observation than by instruction. To inspire courage, display it. To foster accountability, lead by example, especially when it's difficult. In leadership, this means aligning your actions with your core message. A CEO I know, when he first started his role at a new organization, wanted to demonstrate courage to his team. A fight broke out across the street from his office, and he went over to engage the combatants in helping them find a peaceful solution. Now, his actions showed courage, but more importantly, they demonstrated how to resolve issues without anger and frustration. And that's what creates value resonance. Now, here's something you can use in your own life. If you want your children, friends, or community to take positive action, let them witness you in the act of doing it, not just talking about it. Now, let me share an example from a faith community I was part of. There was disagreement within the community, and I served as chair of the advisory committee. During a challenging time when I was away in another city, I heard about a gathering of the faithful that could disrupt the community. I left the conference I was attending and went home to help resolve the dispute. Now, I hope my actions were seen as an example of doing rather than just talking about it to my colleagues at the conference. Fourthly, ask empowering questions, not just give answers. Inspiring others isn't about having all the answers. It's about drawing out the best in people through curiosity, support, and powerful questions. Here's an example of asking an empowering question. A colleague I worked with helped a client find new purpose, not by prescribing it, but by asking, "What's one thing that would light you up this month if nothing stood in your way?" That one question led to a breakthrough and eventually a new approach to his business. And here's something to consider as you navigate your day at work. Everyday leaders should ask more questions than they give orders. This way, they encourage teams to think creatively, take initiative, and grow more quickly. So whether you're a team leader, an entrepreneur, a coach, a parent, or a friend, your ability to inspire others is one of your most valuable assets. In business, inspiration fosters innovation, loyalty, and a common sense of purpose. At work, inspiring leaders nurture psychologically safe environments where teams can thrive. And in life, your words energize and actions can create a ripple effect that influences relationships, families, and even communities. When you intentionally develop these skills, you're not only bettering yourself, but also helping others to rise to the occasion. Now let's wrap up this podcast. If you want to live a more meaningful life, be someone who lifts others up. Become the kind of leader, friend, or coach who helps others believe in themselves just a little more than they did yesterday. So what steps can we take, you and I, what steps can we take to put this into action? Well, we can select one of today's 4 essential skills and focus on practicing it intentionally this week. We can reflect on someone in our lives we want to uplift, and then do it. And thirdly, you can share this podcast with someone you believe can inspire others, but needs the tools to do it. Now, don't miss our next episode where we dive into the importance of servant leadership, a perfect companion to today's topic. So until next time, remember, inspiration starts with you. I'm Richard Fontenay, signing off. Talk with you next week, if not before. Bye now.